Steel. Today's world couldn't do without it. Steel is the difference between modern man and the Dark Ages. Think about steel. Steel words like razor sharp, solid, thrustful, precision, icy, tensile. Steel has spread through the world until it's become the most used, most versatile, most indispensable commodity known to man, the ribcage of civilization. Without it, modern society would collapse. Like the genesis of man, the beginning of steel is found in the dust of the ground. 1/20th of the Earth's crust is made up of iron, but the heavy lumps of rock represent potential only. To make them valuable, an essence is required. The essence of the value added is a blend of human attributes, accumulated knowledge, experience, brain power, and skill. These attributes must now achieve volcanic heat to smelt the metal from its parent rock. In the blast furnace, the lumps of rock have now been changed. The fiery orange liquid is iron in the molten state. But this iron is still crude. When solid, it will be brittle. Too much carbon, too much sulfur, phosphorus, and other undesirable elements. It will not be allowed to cool until these elements are purged. Purging takes place in the steel-making department. At BHP's Newcastle Steelworks, all steel is made by the basic oxygen process, the greatest technological breakthrough of modern steelmaking. The basic oxygen process means high-quality steel made in minutes instead of hours. First, about 60 tons of scrap steel are charged into the massive 200-ton furnace. Then, about 180 tons of molten iron. Total time to fully charge the furnace, 4 minutes. hollow tube which blows oxygen into the furnace at high speed. 400,000 cubic feet of oxygen for each heat of steel. The chemical reaction of the oxygen with the impurities in the iron produces the tremendous heat needed to refine the iron into steel. It looks impressive, but the main significance of the basic oxygen process is its sheer speed. After only about 20 minutes of blowing, refining is complete and steel has been made. The fury of the blow now abated, a tiny sample is taken and sent by pneumatic tube for rapid analysis by spectrograph in the cool of the quality control laboratory. Again, speed is the essence. Analysis proven and temperature checked, the furnace tilts over for tapping. This is just one of the 750 different types of steel produced at the Newcastle works. Teaming, pouring the molten steel into molds to make ingots weighing 6 tons apiece. Steel in cast ingots must now be toughened for work, the grain compacted by rolling under pressure. The soaking pits, where the ingots are saturated with heat to bring them to the correct temperature for rolling, around 1100 degrees centigrade. This is the Bloom Mill. 7,000 horsepower and 21,000 horsepower, rolling more than 5,000 tons of steel every day. passed through the rolls packs character and toughness into the steel. From ingot to bloom. From bloom to billet. Steel feed for further rolling in the product mill. Reheated in the mill furnace, they have a quarter of a mile to travel to the finishing end of No. 2 Merchant Mill at Newcastle. The finished bar screams onto the cooling bed. Designed to BHP's specifications, the American builders call it the down-under bed because of its unique sweep-off mechanism. These 30-foot-high horizontal rolling stands were the first of their kind in the world. The rolls can be rotated to run vertically or horizontally, saving mill setup time and avoiding a twist in the steel between stands. The product mills roll on. Here is scalp for tubing. Plate for shipbuilding. Rod for drawing into wire. Finished products from the various mills are stacked ready to meet the demands of the Australian automotive and engineering industries. Rigid quality control, research and forward planning keep Newcastle Steelworks abreast of world steel technology. For over half a century, Newcastle Steelworks has met the demands of Australia's diversifying industries with steel products in a multiplicity of shapes and specifications. There is at Newcastle Steelworks a great fund of technical know-how, a merging of the individual experience and skills of thousands of technologists and craftsmen, past and present, the kind of know-how that can put the latest technologies to work to meet Australia's increasingly exacting demands for steel for today.